2 years ago, Reincarnated used to train against void simulators to hone her sword skills. No matter how hard she tried, she was no match for them and eventually lost. According to her, holy swords are a manifestation of one's souls and she ought to take the form of a sword. Reincarnated knows she cannot give up, and as she stands up, the void simulators stop moving. Much to her surprise, it was Musil Rhodes who turned them off. He tells her to stop this useless training and join his platoon. He approaches her without her consent, and seeing this, Regina had to interfere. She threatens him using her holy sword. Musil had no other choice but to run away like a coward. Regina tells him that guys like him will be no match for her when she awakens her holy sword. Reincarnated, however, is not happy with this outcome. She apprises that she doesn't want a holy sword for this purpose. In the present, Leo has carried Reincarnated to her bed using his magic. Hearing this, Reincarnated inquires Leo about his true identity. Leo tells him that he is a reincarnation of an ancient sorcerer, and using his magic, he revived her as one of his minions. He utilized a level 10 magic, create Elder Undead, and with this, Reincarnated got revived as the Vampire Queen. The reason she sucked his blood was because she's a vampire and needs blood to replenish her mana. Reincarnated is shocked by all this and asks if she can tell him about her past, to which Leo replies positively. She tells him that 6 years ago, Voids launched a massive attack on her homeland and her parents died protecting the city. After that, the Excalibur Academy took custody of her, and Regina, since being a holy swordsman, runs in her blood. She thought that fighting Voids might speed up her awakening process. She then asks if she can still awaken a holy sword now that she's not even alive. Leo has no answer to this question and tells him that she will be insanely stronger even without a holy sword. As they are conversing, Leo's stomach starts rumbling. Reincarnated realizes that he is hungry and that they should get some food. In the cafeteria, Reincarnated wonders if she can eat anything. Leo tells him that she's a vampire queen so she can eat anything, but it won't contribute to her mana. Reincarnated then lectures Leo that he should worry about his nutrition, but Leo unintentionally makes fun of her. This makes her sad and Leo consoles her. Leo then brings out a gold coin, boasting that he will pay for the lunch. However, he gets disappointed after knowing that his ultimate treasure doesn't have any value in the modern world. In the meantime, a girl in a weird uniform appears in the cafeteria with two people pestering her. The girl manages to get rid of them using her katana. Seeing her, Leo immediately praises her skills as both of them approach her. Reincarnated addresses her as Sakuya and inquires about those men. Sakuya tells her that she went to a casino last night and those men were here to collect their money. She then apologizes for not being able to accompany her to the mission and diverts his attention to Leo. Reincarnated introduces Sakuya as their platoon's vanguard attacker and one of those few who can slay a void by themselves. Following this, the three of them have lunch together and Leo asks Sakuya some questions regarding her uniform. Sakuya tells him that these clothes belong to her homeland Oran. Her village got obliterated by voids, and since that day, she has dedicated herself to eliminate those creatures. After they are done with the lunch, Reincarnated and Leo proceed to the academy where Leo's holy sword will be examined. The examiner asks Leo to bring out his holy sword as Leo calls forth his wicked staff of sins. The examiner asks him questions regarding its attributes. Leo has no clue what to say and tells her that it is a support-type all-purpose weapon. She then asks Leo to defeat the void simulator so they can correctly assess its abilities. The examiner diverts her attention for a little while, and in the meantime, Leo absolutely demolishes the simulators. This shocks her as she was a support-type weapon. Leo makes some excuses, saying that he was just lucky, but she doesn't believe him. Other students have also gathered around. As they are conversing, Musil Rhodes appears out of nowhere alongside his side chicks and offers to battle him. Leo agrees and mocks him as well, stating that he will just serve as a stand-in for these useless simulators. Hearing this, Musil activates his holy sword and simultaneously, his side chicks also activate their holy swords. Reincarnated points out that this is unfair, but Musil tells him that it is an ability of his holy sword and that these girls are a part of his holy sword. Leo asks the examiner if he has to defeat all of them to clear the exam, to which she replies positively. Reincarnated also volunteers to fight since she is Leo's guardian, and Musil allows this on one condition. He wants Reincarnated to join his platoon if they lose. Hearing this, Leo tells him that he has to leave Reincarnated alone if they win. With this, the battle begins. Reincarnated takes the initiative and proceeds to attack them. She manages to get rid of Musil's side chicks in no time. This shocks Musil and he orders his minions to attack Leo. This time around, Leo manages to hold back a little and defeat her quite easily. Reincarnated also manages to reach Musil after getting past all his minions. In the meantime, Regina also appears at the spot and is shocked to see all this. Reincarnated, on the other hand, mocks Musil and proceeds to attack him, but Musil uses his ability and halts her at the spot. He then mocks Reincarnated for thinking that she can defeat him and diverts his attention towards Leo. Musil and his minions surround Leo while Reincarnated is still stuck. As they are about to engage in battle, they notice something different about Reincarnated. Her urge to protect Leo has led to the awakening of her holy sword. She breaks through Musil's puny attack and manages to slice his holy sword into pieces. With this, Musil's control over those innocent girls also breaks and they are set free. With no other option left, he surrenders and runs away. Seeing all this, Regina and Reincarnated start crying and are insanely happy. Following this, Reincarnated expresses her gratitude towards Leo after getting to their dorm. Leo tells her to not thank him as she is his minion after all. Reincarnated asks about this minion thing, to which Leo replies by stating that minions exist to protect their master. Hearing this, Reincarnated vows to protect Leo from everything. She also wants him to make her even stronger. After all this, Reincarnated's platoon hosts a party to celebrate Reincarnated's awakening and Leo's inclusion into their platoon. After talking about food, they discuss names for Reincarnated's holy sword. Sakuya suggests naming it Swishing Slasher, but Regina objects, stating that Shining Saint Sword would be much cooler. Reincarnated, on the other hand, doesn't want to name her sword at the moment. She wants to explore more of its abilities before deciding on a name. Fine asks Leo to drop by her room so she can upload his data to the Academy network. It's about time they decide on Leo's room as all of the rooms are already occupied. All of them want Leo to stay with them, but he decides to stay alongside Reincarnated in the end so they can hide each other's secrets better. Following this, Leo stops by Fine's room for his biodata. Fine examines him using her holy sword and uploads the data to Academy network. Leo inquires Fine about her holy sword. She tells him that her holy sword used to be an attack type in her previous platoon, but after the death of her comrades, its abilities changed and now it is used for data analysis purposes. Leo also notices a tablet on Fine's table with a map and asks if he can borrow it. Fine agrees and lets him borrow it. Sitting in his room, Leo analyzes the map and notices some strange patterns in the appearance of voids and battles of his era. He then calls upon his servants and inquires about the information they have gathered. Blackus informs him about a massive mana crystal that powers the entire city. Leo comments that it would be a great asset to take over that crystal. Hearing this, Blackus decides to continue his mission. Leo then calls upon Sherry and inquires about her. Before she begins, Sherry offers some snacks to Leo, including donuts, cream puffs, and other things. Leo asks if she was just goofing around, to which Sherry replies by stating that she also gathered some information. She tells him that no one in this new era knows about the war that took place 1,000 years ago, which shocks Leo. Sherry notices that Leo has turned Reincarnated into his minion and calls him dumb. Leo scolds her a little and asks her to continue her mission. In the meantime, Reincarnated appears from the room completely naked with a towel on. She asks Leo to take a bath, who is too shy to even look at her and wonders why she doesn't wear clothes. Meanwhile, the guards of the city also come across strange creatures underwater. The creature was looking for Leonis and killed the guards immediately. Who is this creature and why is he looking for Leonis? And the fact that humans forgot about that massive war is strange. There is something going on and I'm excited to know what will happen. Make sure to like and subscribe, so you don't miss out on any of future recaps.